on? Can you hear me? Is anybody out there? Hey, tune in. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the homie Big Hank, huh? It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the co-host Big Hank. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. Everybody tune in, you dig it? It's funny as hell, my dude. It's where we can kick it. Everything is going down. They about to do the most. It ain't a confrontation, it's a conversation, homie. Yo, on the weekends, Roy Anthony.
But I'm thinking she got some. The girl, the lady. I'm thinking she got some. Because I know for sure.
I was gonna say they look pretty short.
That's 11.
Hey, can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
I'm so sorry. No wonder no one probably could hear me because I've been sitting there in the background. I was pondering, and probably people couldn't hear me completely. It was asked of me, would I hate? Sorry, those who just joined in. It was asked of me about would I was going to be negative? Would this be a negative show? Would it be something that I'm going to come at Trump supporters hard? Was I going to? And I want people to understand that I'm not a person who leans to negativity. I lean to the positive. I'm sorry that people were saying that it seemed like our show wasn't up, but we was up. We just hadn't came up on the stage. Sometimes they have been giving us some blues, but that part was on me. But I was breaking down why people think that why would I be negative about Trump supporters? I wasn't negative about no Trump supporter. I mean, I'm pointing out some of the people that's with the Trump supporters that tends to take it to a racial barrier. I don't think there's no one in the United States that have never knew no other race but their own in the United States. Whether we want to look at the history, we are in this. Now, why is it that people they're still telling me there's no sound? I don't know why there's no sound. We've been having difficulties with some of our I don't know why they would mute us or anything, but everything is on our end. Oh, wait a minute, let me see right here. Everything is on our end. I don't know what else is going on. They've been turning down our volume. Some of the people can't block in. And sometimes I be thinking that was those demons to keep us from being able to express ourselves and say what we have to say. Like I said, someone was asking me, was I going to come out negative? And I told him, I said, look, I never ever look at coming at things negative. Some people think that I'm against Trump supporters. No, I'm not. I do call out those ones that wants to bring up, I feel, disrespectfulness as having nooses and these Southern flags. I do add that. I'm not saying all of them are Trump supporters because, don't get it confused because I know who wrote up the crime bill when Ronald Reagan was in. And that's one of the things that I don't like about the Democratic Party people is that they always trying to have programs for single black mothers to make it seem like black men are irresponsible, but they don't tell you that 70% of these self-made prisons that's not owned by state, that's owned by private sanctions, keep 80%. They want 80% capacity. So now they throw blacks and Latinos and other minorities sometimes in prison for misdemeanors because it's not about a crime. It's about filling the penal codes. So when you hear stories of, oh, my dad went to the store, he never came home, that's because they arrested him and didn't give him a phone call. Sitting up in the jails, in the prison systems. Now, who do I blame for that? Well, our president, Joe Biden. People say, well, former President Trump was helping us with taxes and everything. Hey, man, coming from my neighborhood, you don't know about if taxes or anything. You trying to get by. Hey, how you doing? Uniqueness, can you hear me now?
I can. I
I can
can.
hear you too. Um, we're someone brought up in our subject is if the word of God said that man would believe lies before the truth, and it just seems like America has just been doing a lot of lying. Those who has the power to do so, I find ourselves we lying to each other sometimes. We lying, and then somebody else will get with the lie. Miss Uniqueness, you there? She's been having they've been having giving us situations with our guests coming in, our co-stars. They want me, which I have, apologize about the judgment things that I've said. Some things that I've said was not cool because that's the emotional side of me. I've seen things and I call it out. I don't like someone to think that they could pee in the atmosphere and tell me to accept the rain. It's just acidity. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not picking out uh, this group of people, that group of people, Trump supporters, or I'm looking at. Ain't we all Americans? The whole world looks at us. Some of us is acting like we ain't never had no parents, no mother, no grandmother. You know, I can, some of y'all have had fathers. The way the statistics said about me for not having my father in the house, and that I was headed to a world of gang banging, drugs, and I wouldn't be another kind of lowlife. If you was to go off the movie Minority Report, I would be locked up just because of what society thinks that they got a pattern of how you gonna make it in this world if you try to be if I try to be where I listen to their statistics. And I'm against Trump supporters? No. Do I like President Donald Trump? Some things I like about him, some things I don't. Some people say, come, I've had other blacks say, oh, he's racist. Well, wait a minute, here's our other co-star. He's saying, what's up there, Big Hank?
What's happening with you, Roy? What's going on? Christina, how you doing, sweetheart?
Hey, how y'all doing? Well,
Good.
how
What's
you
going
doing?
on?
Sorry, man, the systems wouldn't let me in, the volume was off and stuff. You
Yeah,
know, we always going through something on there, right? But we're
all the
gonna take
time.
a chance of this last 30 minutes. We was talking about, and we have to see the similarities of what our world's going to with what we've read about our society. It was asking me, was we gonna be a negative show, was we gonna come negative about Trump supporters? And I tell people, for one, I don't see divisions. When I talk about politics, I look at it in an American aspect. I don't look at it like, oh, the red against the blue. I've tried to grow out of that from the streets.
Right, right,
But even
right.
though that's still how it is, there's some people in their 70s still banging.
Yeah, yeah.
So I respect that though. I respect that person. Doesn't mean that I have to follow along with that. Now
No,
our society is built up of every time I look up is Democrats, Republicans. It's fighting amongst Republicans, fighting. I'm looking at us as we're Americans.
right.
Some people will look at you and be like, "Oh, you not for Trump?" and think automatically we got something against Trump. You know
No,
why they would think that we got something against Trump? It's because of some of the rhetoricness that we sing. And sometimes it seems like I'm asked from a white person, how do I feel about Trump?
Right.
I have in my household growing up, they said, "Oh, the inflation, president did this, president did that," but it was never where it stopped us from getting them going to school, stopping family, mother going to work,
Right.
stopped us from
Right.
having food, stopped us. No matter who the president was.
Right.
Now it does kind of slaps me in my face though. This is the day after Martin Luther King's national celebrated birthday.
Yes, sir.
I seen a lot of these people saying the speeches and giving the love for Dr. Martin Luther King,
Mm-hmm.
but turn around and the people has to go marching all over again from what they was establishing back in the 60s
Ain't that something? Over voting. Ain't that some
over
shit?
voting.
That's crazy.
Because to me, it seems like somebody got sore on losing.
On losing.
So let's change all the ballots where you can go vote at to
Yeah.
make it harder for you and make it easier for the ones who believe in what we're saying.
Right.
Isn't that like moving the finishing line to the person that you want to win?
Yep. 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 And putting grease and oil and traps and everything in the other lane so they can't win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If this
Yeah.
is country is based on God, nobody here, you, I, Christina, or anybody else cannot give God advice.
No. He don't need no advice. He don't need nobody
You
advice.
know, so when I hear these different ones, you're not an American, wait a minute, because I don't believe in your situation.
Man, please. Me myself, man, I stand on the side of justice. When I
That,
see injustice being done, I'm not messing with that. I don't care who it is. You dig what I'm saying? I don't care if it's Trump or whoever. If I see that what you stand for is injustice, and especially injustice for my people, then I don't gotta ride with you, man. I ride for the people that stand for justice. That's who I ride with.
and isn't it so funny that ever since we was kids, even though we explore away from it, because when I was a kid, they taught us the ways of the ways of the Bible, and I still was like, man, it worked for you. I had to get a relationship with God myself, right?
First. Yeah,
So
first.
it's not nothing new that our country is saying God we trust and saves on the money and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then when these people take these office,
Yeah.
you know that they take a swear oath on the Bible.
Ain't that something? And still be lying out their teeth.
Yeah, it's all right, Miss Unique. She's having problems with their lines because everybody been saying that's what's also going on. There's a lot of inclement weather going on through the Midwest and the South. It's snowing and ice, and it snowed in Florida. Could you believe that?
Yeah, I heard about it, man. Miss Uniqueness is on mute. Her thing on mute.
Yeah, she's saying they having technical differences. Look like she's frozen
She
again.
stuck. Yeah, she
Yeah,
froze.
I'm gonna bring her around. She'll come back once I got her in the back room when she start. Big Hank, you and
Moving.
I are
Yes, sir.
educated. Big Hank is way educated more than me. Y'all see him correct me with words. He prides himself with knowing the words, and then because if we don't know how to communicate, because
Right.
sometimes somebody use a word, and I look at Big Hank like, remember on Sanford and Son when Hoppy would say something, they all look at the black cop like, what?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
still spoke the law. He just broke it down in the terms that we can
That
understand.
we can understand it. That's right. Got to be relatable to us.
Yeah. Now, I'm not against no Trump supporters. None of that. I don't know why people think that. I ain't never for real.
Right.
I ain't never been, I'm gonna be honest with anybody. As far as I'm concerned, the oldest person in the Senate to me should be 65.
Mm.
It seems like when you dealing with people 75 and 80, it look like they still mindset still back in I wonder what they think that this we way past Hugh Beaumont and Leave it to Beaver type looks.
Nigga said Hugh Beaumont. Wow.
Yeah, Hugh Beaumont.
Wow, nigga, you went way back on the nigga.
we passed that. We not. This ain't whatever, you know. And so people say, well, it gets me when I hear people say, well, we're doing it for the children. How many children you got? Well, none yet. Well, how you doing it for the children? The people who set the educational departments up found out. I was reading this thing where this lady was a good big old protester about parents disciplining their kids. She was an outspoken advocate about that.
Right.
Where if you spanked your kid, you should go to jail.
Right.
Till she had two of her own.
Right.
Well, guess what?
now the bitch on probation. She on probation.
Yeah.
Bitch on probation.
Okay, you don't want to discipline. Okay,
Right.
we're gonna see how much control they got.
Right.
You ever seen the movie Helen Keller?
I remember Helen Keller.
She couldn't see, hear, or taste, or talk. I mean, she couldn't talk or hear or see. So her family let her go free willy.
Right.
So they bring in the miracle worker. It wasn't just because they got through to her. The miracle worker had to let her know, no, you do not. You just don't grab the food like that.
Right.
Even though she couldn't see or nothing, she knew she wanted this food in her mouth.
You're right.
I'm saying all this, Big Hank, because it amazes me when 72.5% of our United States is whites, and you and I have never ever said anything that whites. We don't think like that.
No.
I call out blacks that's done bad stuff. I call whites that's done bad stuff. I give some celebration to white folks who've done good stuff. Celebration to black folks who've done good stuff and all that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I felt that former President Trump probably would have did a good thing. Now, this is where I question his leadership.
Right.
Because we shut the country down. They would say, oh, he was getting jobs. Well, I can't see that if we can't go to work because the country shut down.
Right.
Which I felt that he listened to this dude, Dr. Fauci.
Fauci.
But I call him Fauci because he was fooling us, boy. He Fauci.
Dr. Fauci.
Because look, he's already at a certain age. You think he really cares about us? He's already making enough money. He didn't care if the country shut down. He would have been over in Switzerland looking back over at America. Look at them. I had them shut down. I mean, am I wrong? Please let me know, because right now there's a battle between Governor DeSantis of Florida saying that he wished he had spoke up more, because I can't understand, because I did some research, Big Hank.
Mm-hmm.
When the quarantine hit, I couldn't understand why certain entities was called essential.
Right.
Mom and pop stores were not. Then they say don't come out. They even had the police to enforce curfews.
Mm-hmm.
Of a country shut down. We are the most freest country, I pride myself, in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom of speech, freedom to go outside if you want. If you ain't in jail or something, you free to walk to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
They shut the country down. This country wasn't shut down through when HIV and people thought mosquitoes could give you AIDS. We didn't shut the country down knowing how many mosquitoes is out here.
Mm-hmm.
So they said, well, hey, I had to look at who was in charge to shut the country down.
Yeah.
To my understanding, that was former President Donald Trump.
Yeah, Donald J. Trump. What's his name? Ain't it Donald J. Trump?
Yeah, I don't remember his middle name. You know,
I don't even.
if I seen him, I respect it. Hey, how you doing, President Trump? You know,
Yeah, Donald Trump.
but see, my thing is he the leader? If you listen to Dr. Fucci, I'm not mad at no Trump supporters. I'm not mad at Pamela Harris supporters. You know, of all the evils, I do not support Pamela Harris.
You mean Kamala Harris?
Well, Kamala Harris, I tried to give her Pamela. She became black after President Barack Obama, you know, so Kamala. But out of vice president, I respect our judicial of the Congress. But if you ask me, I was like, there's reasons like Oscar Grant is a good reason for me. And how many men, men and Latino men are in prison because of marijuana stuff while she was the Attorney General of California,
Mm-hmm.
suppressing evidence. But hey, I'm hoping she changed her ways. But I'm going into, am I mad? Man, I was mad that we're still rebounding. We're fighting. Those who are fighting must have something good to been happening for them because you go to the capital of the U.S. to fight about what?
Mm-hmm.
You want who to run this country?
Yeah.
Somebody told me, you gonna tell me 81 million people voted for you telling me 73 million people voted for Trump? I mean, I look at the math that there's 315 million people in America. 73 and 81, to my understanding, only makes what 157
Mm-hmm.
million people voted. That's only basically a little bit over half of the population of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, they had that Richter scale. Sometimes it makes me feel like you wanna believe me or your lying eyes. Now, this is something I want to share this video. It was brought to my attention, and I want to I want to show this. I want to show this video right quick, man. Check this out, man.
Your answer to every damn question is no, I don't know, I don't know. You're under oath, Mr. Olson. How many charges?
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I got to bring it in. My bad. Let me bring it in.
I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. You're under oath. Mr. Olson, how many people are charged with crimes of violence in connection with events on January 6th?
This is Senator Ted Cruz.
How many have been charged with crimes of violence? I know that there are.
How many have been charged with nonviolent crimes?
I don't have the numbers of charged, whether at the state or federal level. I know that there are.
How many people are currently incarcerated concerning the events of January 6th?
I don't know the number of people incarcerated. Again, I know that.
How many people? Okay, let me ask you that. Look, with limited time, so I don't want you to filibuster. You either know the answer or you don't. How many people have been placed in solitary confinement concerning the events of January 6th?
I don't have any information about it.
During 2020, Black Lives
Hey,
Matter.
you know why I did that, right? I put that on because I like Senator Ted Cruz, because I mean I don't know him personally, but sometimes they be getting me when you see them on the tribunals or they doing that question. He's asking somebody who is over all these people being arrested. Isn't it funny how the media knows how many people's been arrested and who's been sentenced and all that, and the own judicial system don't even know? There was something that Senator Ted Cruz did say that kind of got me, Big Hank. They think that when we have the right, that when the people protest, that they consider that riot too, and that people didn't get arrested and all that. I'm gonna tell you though, to beg your pardon, Senator Ted Cruz,
Yeah.
in those peaceful protesters that other people came and tried to make it where it's a riot and stuff fighting.
Right.
When the police come out, most of the peaceful protesters ran. Now, I seen where Michigan's capital, and that's where it started, and nobody didn't do nothing. It's when them guys rushed up to the Capitol with all them AR-15s and all that and tried to get to the governor. Oh, there were some people arrested. I knew some people arrested going to the George Floyd's protest.
Right.
And didn't do nothing. When the police told them to go in at 6, they sit up there and hey. But I saw January the 6th, I didn't see half of the enforcement.
No.
And I saw leniency. I didn't see nobody getting popped with bean bags. There's no way they got to them steps. You start hitting people with them bean bags, pow, 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 hitting bean bags.
Yeah, ask us because we know shit. We know about the bean bag. How come they don't know about the bean bag shit?
He came up them steps and the security guard backing away, backing up.
Yeah.
Talking about he was smart. He set him up. Set him up to what? Hey, y'all need to get up out of here.
No, he backing up because he knew him like, damn, Todd, I didn't know you were coming, man. Watch out. I didn't know you were coming, Steve. I didn't know you. Yeah, they knew all the motherfuckers knew each other, man. They motherfuckers knew who they was.
Well, that one black officer, they pried him because he said he directed them away from where the Senate chambers was. But my thing is, okay, if this is my house to protect, I got a firearm.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to shoot you in your foot or shoot by your foot, like they did the cowboy days, you're going to reach from over this way. To me, it seemed like there was a lot of leniency.
You were.
Try to control the crowd, but do not hurt anybody.
Right. They was all partners, man. That was their friends and shit.
Now, there are some Trump supporters who do not like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's about speaking and making facts and proving it.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you manipulate it. But we ain't never seen nothing like this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I sit up there and watch everybody see the same speech. And former President Donald Trump said, we're going to march up to that Capitol and we're going to take over. And I was eating some popcorn. I was like, ooh, I'm going to see what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Them people like, yeah. And he went over back to the White House. And these people went in there. And you mean, and now all of a sudden, reality hits. Especially when you're getting them peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in the walls. Hey,
your last name ain't Johnson no more. That motherfucker 72349. Hey, 73249. Let's get over here.
the guy who had the Viking helmet had the nerve to complain that he couldn't get organic food.
Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, motherfucker.
And so they try to say they push blame, they push. And the thing is, the narrative is look at yourself, look at the people you're around.
Mm-hmm.
Big Hang, if I'm around you and you go commit a murder or any crime, I'm accessory to that crime.
Yes, sir. If you're around me, yeah.
If I'm around you,
yes, sir. You with me, yeah. Yep, because you were supposed to stop me.
I was supposed to stop you.
You were supposed to stop me from doing something stupid like that, man. But since you didn't, now you're an accessory.
Hey, Big Hank, just because some rails came down, don't you run up to that Capitol, man. You're going to catch an insurrection case. Think about it, bro. That's the demon trying to take over you.
Don't do it, man. You kill yourself. Don't take the bus. You kill yourself.
Yeah.
Don't take the car.
Isn't it funny when we tell somebody that they are privileged, or I hear these things where people say they privileged, It's because you feel like you got the rights to do what you did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Please stop us. We know better than to look in our glove compartment or look in our shoulder thing. You better keep your hands
on that on the
out the
on the
window on the
steering
steering
wheel
wheel. Yep.
or outside the door
I
or
put mine
outside the
outside the
window
windows like
or
this.
outside the window.
And
And you better
constantly
not move.
take,
And you better not move them up.
this is my hands outside the window. Sir said, "Hey, can you hand me your license?" I'm like,
No,
let
no,
me. Mm.
nope. I can't do it.
The one officers had it was a little accident, and I was standing out, and they asked me did I see anything, and soon they came to me, I was like this. He said, "Sir, we just want to ask you a question. If you've seen it, you can put your hands out." No, I'm not. Is y'all are known to kill people,
Yeah.
but the thing is that I wanted people to understand we're just not living into a lie. I'm not believing the lies. I'm not going to lean into lies. If you want to listen to who it is and they lying to you,
Mhm.
well, former President Donald Trump is rich. They all rich because them
Mhm.
endorsement monies, you can't buy your own hamburger, but you can have the staff buy you a burger and say it's part of your money. How can all these attorney generals be after somebody and they can't mess with them? And then people say, "Are you against Trump supporters?" What's a Trump supporter? That's your presidency? He lost?
Right.
I mean, if our country is so dire of a leadership, why don't we all have a bipartisan meeting? I said this, we should have like a UN of the United States. Delegations from different neighborhoods
Yeah.
in our own. We don't need the media to show us what this person is doing over in their neighborhood. We come together and we talk up and find 10 topic points that we all face. Because I've seen parents, some of the white parents don't want their kids being taught race relations in the schools. I agree. Except the educational department has always taught one-sided. I just found out about I think his name is Chester Winfield or something like that. Have you ever heard is we always heard of Paul Revere.
Paul Revere.
The British is coming.
The British.
But Paul Revere rode his horse west from this central point. The other guy, now if you at the British is coming from the Atlantic Ocean ways, so if you're running west, then you're going into the horizontal plane of the zero going west. They never talk about Chester Winfield who ran north
What
to
was he
tell
saying? What was he saying?
the British are coming.
Okay, yeah, he had to do his part right.
Now, here's the East Coast. They're
Right.
running, they're letting everybody know here's Paul Revere, here's Chester,
Right.
but they never mention Chester. They
Why
teach
not?
you
How come? What color was
Chester was
Chester?
black.
Yeah, Chester was black. I know. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
paintings and everything. And so I tell people if my family and your family, Big Hank and our grandfathers and them, if they didn't love America, I don't think that we would still be here.
Yeah.
We believed in it some way or another.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people go to Jamaica and come right back. They say, "Oh, I had all types of freedoms." Well, why'd you come back? There's African guys came over. There was a group of Africans used to come over in Compton, and they'd say stuff like, Black men don't take advantage of the education over here. You beat on your women and all that stuff. We come, so as one guy used to say, we come from the land of milk and honey. And I said, well, why would you leave all of that to come here to a land of dope dealers and gangbangers, police brutality, racism?
And strippers and hoes and hookers.
Yeah, why would you come to this? Because it's cool to try to put that accent up to uncommon ears who ain't used to listen to an accent.
Right.
If you go to his origins, you find out he ain't nothing there. You don't even have a goat to get a wife.
Yeah.
So they tell you you better off going to America and try to get you some free education because you ain't shit here at this land of milk and honey. I want people to see that we do not just hate or dislike because of political realms. I do not get into that. You get into that, Big Hank?
No.
We're telling you, America, we do not get into that.
No, not at all.
I'm not against former President Donald Trump.
No.
If he came and say, hey, I want to talk to you guys, we'll sit down and have a conversation with him.
Sure would.
That's the only thing you're going to be able to get from us because we can't give him no donation. I'll be like, man, you got all the money. I'm asking you for a donation.
Hell yeah. Matter of fact, this meeting we having with you is we charging your ass $100 an hour for this shit.
Well, I'll be like, hey, I'll be like this. I'll put him on the side. I understand what you're going through. Let me hold those on. Let me hold something.
Yeah, be calling DT and everything. Call him DT and everything. DT, what's happening? Let me hold a little something, DT.
Real. And he's gonna laugh and smile. He's like, oh man, you know, Roy, Big Hank, them kidders.
Those are my black friends. I got a lot of black friends.
Exactly. You know, I ain't trying to take him out or take him off his level. There's nothing to do with me.
No. Not at all.
I'd rather see housing than to be watching what Mars. You know,
yeah.
I don't have no problem. Look here, I could sit down. Me and Big Hank could sit down with these people, the Proud Boys, the 10%ers. We could sit down with them. We sat down when we first got together. Me and Big Hank said we should be able to talk to anybody.
Yes, sir. And it's not going to be a what?
A confrontation.
It's going to be a conversation. Yes, sir.
That's all it is.
That's it.
They see me wearing a hat. They see me. I don't have all the lamps and stuff. We ain't in our studio and stuff like that. I'm wearing the same mask. I get tired of wearing a mask. Be in the airport, you got to wear a mask as soon as you go in, fly, and oh man, you get irritated. Like, I'm tired of wearing this. But that's the laws of the land.
Yeah.
America, we do not dislike blacks, whites, Latinos, Asians. If you're a former President Donald Trump supporter, a Kamala Harris supporter, we're not into that. We're into justice for all.
That part. Justice for all. Yeah.
Justice for all.
Justice.
If you was in my neighborhood, I don't care what race you is, and I saw you needing this stuff, I'm gonna help you, man.
I got you. Yep, I got you.
I think, man, I'm at the gas station and there was a white guy and he's homeless, I guess, right? And he asked the lady, he said, ma'am, I'm so thirsty. Do you mind if I go in your bathroom and fill my cup up with some of your water from the bathroom? Yeah. So she like, oh, I don't care. Right. I'll let you do it this time. I said, hold up, man. You want some water? I went and got it. I said, hey, man, which one of these? I bought the water jugs.
Right.
We so in the main about material things, we won't even give the man some water unless he go to the toilet.
Wow. Wow. Hey, the other day, man, I didn't want to interrupt you, but the other day, my neighbor, he fixed on cars, so he was trying to push the car backwards up his driveway, and I seen his wife was trying to help him. So what I did is got out my car, went over there and started helping him. So told his wife she could move. You know, you ain't got to be out there trying to help. I help my neighbor push the car up in the driveway. That kind
And
of
they
stuff.
Latinos, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
that's kind of stuff we fucking. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, we want you to know that
Yes,
you can
sir.
call upon, try it. Just try us.
Yeah.
Call it now. Do I know the street chefs? I can talk to you at any type of level.
Yes, sir.
I'm working
Yes,
with an
sir.
engineer firm, and one of the females engineers, and I was laughing. My mother, she said, I didn't know there's female engineers. I said, Mom, throughout the years of my life in engineering, I've never described. That's why I call them engineers. It may be a male or a female.
Right.
And out of respect and trying to accomplish, I follow with how they want to do it.
Right.
Some of us are so thin. We want to be grouped up with someone who believes in what you want to believe. If it's negative, I'm not going to follow you.
No.
I tell people, try us and see
Right.
if I don't have your back, if we cool like that. If you somebody that's like you said, Big Hank earlier, if you want to do stuff that's injustice, you don't care who they are. I'm not
Right.
riding with you.
I ain't messing with you. Period.
I don't think God looks at race. It's so funny how America is the most segregated on Sundays than, than anything. Like we actually got advice to God on how heaven's going to be. When that rich man died, they never depicted what race he was, but it's apparently the man didn't care when he told him to dip his finger in some water and just cool my tongue.
He didn't care where he was from.
He didn't care where.
Nigga, is that a black finger? Is that a black finger with some water on
He didn't care, did he, Big A?
He didn't care about none of that. He didn't care
Abraham
about
told him,
none
I'm
of
sorry, man. It's a big gulf. I can't. You had your chance.
that. Yeah.
He
So
said, let me
did
go tell my brothers. Oh, no. They're going to find out like you did.
that's what he said. He said, well, just send him back so he can go tell my brother and them, man, because my brother and them doing this. They said, man, if they don't believe the prophets and all that out there right now, they ain't gonna believe us if we even came back. Yeah.
That's exactly.
Period.
That's why I like, one of my favorite holiday movies, which I watch anyway, even the holiday, Scrooge, the Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
He was still defiant to that first and second ghost, but when he seen his name on that death marker, his whole mind, he don't want to walk around with all them chains and all that. So, hey man, I think this is a good subject. We had a lot of technical difficulties. I think we're gonna pick back up on this subject Thursday, because we need to let some people thinking that we just gonna come and bash. And we don't do it intention. We just have our fault. We have our beliefs. Just like I didn't like what happened with my Raiders. I want to bring that up.
Me either.
The NFL let us know we're always trying to break that stigma that the NFL don't like the Raiders.
Yes, sir.
I had never seen where a whistle was blown and it's like, oh, he ran out of bounds. Next thing you know, touchdown. Wait a minute.
Man, we just blew it dead. You just blew the play dead. And y'all gonna give him a touchdown?
Then the head referee over in New York said, oh, we listened to it. The whistle didn't blow till after the receiver called. Man, you got the whole world who's watching. He's trying to pull one of them political moves on it. Are you gonna trust your lying eyes or your ear?
You gonna believe your lying ass eyes?
Yeah. Or your trifling ears? You listen to us. And then they caught, man, I had never seen so many holding penalties in a crucial game like that.
Oh yeah, they was tripping, man.
Now they're gonna say they don't get the referee anymore in the playoff. What about us? I felt the fairness is to let the score be even. Let them play for one quarter. Let them play for one quarter.
Yeah.
To me, there it is. But
Yeah.
all the infinities and all that, they still find us a way. But anyway, man, God bless you, bro.
God bless you too, Roy.
We're gonna
Appreciate you,
bring the
man.
same subject up because we need people to know that it's not about hate with us. We keep telling you, it is not a confrontation. It's a conversation.
We ain't got no hate, man. None at all.
No hate.
No
I
hate.
may
No
say
hate.
something, Big Hank may say something that you don't agree with,
Right.
but look where we coming from before you start breaking it down. Now, if you got contrary to that, we'll listen to you. You might
Yes,
hear me
sir.
say, "Oh, I never thought of it like that."
Right. Yes, sir.
Man, God bless you, big homie.
Peace out.
Peace out, bro.
Yes, sir. Love you, man.
Hey, is this thing on? Can you hear me? Is anybody out there? Hey, tune in. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast.